G'day everybody. I just got a horse here just at a clinic. It's his first day here. You see he's a bit wary, but just a subject I just thought I'd talk to you about is about personal space. And here's something you can practice at home, which I think's just a real simple way of understanding personal space and intention. Okay, so first of all, personal space is basically something that it's your idea, or that space is your space. So, you know, sometimes people are very unpredictable because their boundaries are always changing. So basically, to make it really simple for a horse to understand personal space is, or when to give space, is when I'm doing something, it's okay for the horse to give space. When I'm engaging, I'm engaging. Now, this horse here, he's as I say, it's only his first day, and we're sort of unravelling a whole bunch of things in him. But one thing we're sort of doing is just giving him a bit of awareness as where we're thinking and where we're going and things like that. So a little rule of thumb that I sort of make it easy for people to understand is where my feet are going, where my shoulders are going, is where I'm going. The distance is something that, as I say, it's your choice. Sometimes I might say it might be this distance is my personal space, like that. And what I'm going to sort of set up is, imagine you're driving along and you're on the through road and he's on the give way road, okay? So your road, usually I make straight roads, so it's very black and white for a horse. He's on the give way road. So I'm driving on the through road. I'm going to drive on the through road here. I'm driving along on the through road. And then I might come to a corner. Here's a corner. And right there, he realised he just suddenly had the give way sign. So he actually stepped back himself a little bit because he had to give way, because remember, that's that space, that's my personal space. And then I'm going to go for a walk here. I'm walking in a straight line, and then I'm going to choose another line here when I swivel my shoulders, and I'm going to swivel on the spot like this. He gives way a little bit, and then I'm going to walk through here, okay? Now he's a bit rigid, he's a bit nervous, but it's just a simple little thing that we can start to practice with our horses. I'm going to go to S over there. Now S means my road is going to cut through here. So technically his nose is kind of over the give way line there, right there. But I'm just going to look in the direction of travel, and I'm not going to go and push at him. I'm just focusing on where I'd like to go. So I'm going to step in here, and right about there his nose is over the give way line. So I'm just going to beep my horn. This is my horn, by the way. Beep beep. Back up a little bit. So he's just out of that space there. He's backed up. His nose is not over the give way line anymore, and I'm going to continue to drive to my destination. Right there, he just pushed over the give way line a bit early there, so I stopped. I beeped my horn again, and then I kept going. Okay? Now you notice, because he's quite a nervous horse, and he has probably in the past been kind of driven off pressure, so he's like, oh, you know, I'm a bit frightened of pressure and stuff like that. So I'm not coming at him with the pressure, I'm not coming at him with the energy. I'm just saying, you know, beep, 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 that's the give way. Good, he backs out at the give way spot there, and I just keep going through here. Right about here, he nearly stepped over the give way line there, but he chose to back off a little, so I'm happy with that, so I'll keep going. And it makes it really simple for horses to understand, because you're being very black and white. Now the idea with this, and this is where we're going with this to help him soften to yielding pressure, is when he does that and I'm looking in this direction, over time he's going to realise that when I turn like this, I'm going that way. So when he gives way like that, hopefully at some point he'll start to look in the direction of travel. See him starting to look a little bit there like he wants to look in the direction of travel. So instead of staring at me, pushing him away, he starts to go, oh, every time he rotates and looks in that direction, he's thinking in that direction, let's think in that direction together, okay? See, everything starts to think in that direction like that, so then we think in the same direction together. So I'm going to turn, give way, and think in the same direction together. That's nice. See that ear flick there? He sort of flicked his ear and he sort of thought, oh yeah, I'm going to go with him. So then all of a sudden, instead of him thinking I'm pushing him around, he just says, oh, I'm just giving him some space so we can go somewhere together. Okay, and there's that blink and a think, and he starts to predict a little bit where we're going, so we can go in the same direction together.